Welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we are about to trap the chest again. Hey, the trap again. To bait the trap again. Release the locusts into the empty trap. The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly began to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get a chance to get comfortable here. Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that, that's a rhetorical question. He doesn't want to, but if there's one more cryptozoological run around, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it. I've restocked the trap, now we have to report to Lena. Let's check the trap again. Did it already catch something? Return to Morel and let him know. Let's go to the tent now. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open inside. 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It looks like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume that this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is. Squeeze him.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Okay. Music is playing. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. April Lounge engines starting fluid. Canisters filled with what appears to be water, the label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafet Ultra. Okay, let's speak to these weird guys. Andre. You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand. His grip is strong, sweaty and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse. Noid.
The young man with the earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
Egg. The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you
We
organised?
have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see, we've been all over
Why are you
Jamrock
here?
North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need, the place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it. Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dope heads. Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that, the world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good, this calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those. I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind, no narcomaniacs on my watch. Yes, and the worst part is, they are also spooky. What exactly do you mean by spooky? I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community center and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't heat or clean the building, shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs, no one can dance like that. Thank you, Eckhart. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police getting them out, whatever spooky stuff they're doing. I'm sure it's not what the ecclesiasts meant their property for. I look into it, tell me more. Alright, man. Andrew is obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent as the boy changed giddy looks. What's the status of the church? I haven't gotten inside the building yet. I asked not to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock, it's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in a hurry, not my best work, but it should hold for a while. What about the key? Not give the officer the key. Alright, the speed freak dips into his bed pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden, cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. And catch it. This time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool. Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimal effort. Blam, straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye. Ouch, got him asshole. What is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now? Man, I'm super sorry. It was totally my bad. I got overexcited, threw them too hard. I'm sorry. He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better. I'm sorry, I murdered me, I'm a cop. That's use of lethal force. I really am sorry, man, just take this, okay? He pulls out some black paper from his bed plaque. Wow, looks like there's a lot there. That's the least you could do. I take the bribe. I hope that settles it, or wait. The key. He cautiously hands you the yellow keyring. He is shifting in his spot uncomfortably. I'm so glad that I missed the thing so I can buy the sneakers now. He's shifting in his spot uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap. We were talking about the padlock, I think. How long have those people been locked in there? Not long, like a week maybe? How can you be sure they haven't starved to death? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on, I'm at least 85% sure they are still alive. 85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us just to lock them in like that. Me too, I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here, you are. I'm glad the key is off of my hands now. Other questions? Sure, man, tell us what you want to know, let's do it. Who exactly are the people inside the church? Truth is, I don't really know, none of us do. I don't even know how many there are, all we've seen are glimpses. You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved? Well, there's also the machinery. This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety. When I first scouted the place back in February, it was abandoned, empty, took some time getting the crew together, so about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly there are all these strange machines lying around in there. One of them has 2 wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water, never seen anything like it. Andrew, tell him about the feeling. Yeah, it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark. No, the other one! Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg. Felt like silence, awful silence. For this man, even regular silence is awful enough, but that was something greater. But you haven't physically seen anyone. Not exactly, we have seen someone who we think is a woman going in and out of the church, a couple of times, and we said someone or something eyeing us inside, but that's kinda it. Maybe a red-haired lorry woman? Sure, why not, yeah. But not really. Brown hair, old, heavy, dark signs. So which one is it? Oh no, it's that. So brown and older, Ruby might have dyed her hair, though it seems like a stretch at this point. You have to see for yourself, those people are not reliable. What was that about something watching you? Like you weren't alone, you know? It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean. Not human, as in ghost. Do you know what he means? It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling like some sort of crabman. Crabman? Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling like a crab. It was stalking a seal, exhibiting ambush behavior. Are you sure there was a crab man? Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Ethel was alone at the time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there. You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab. The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering the dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense. Can you tell me more about the machinery? You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dope head sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely. So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them? Well, honestly, I can't, but I am. This is a below feeble attempt to avoidance. Basically, he's attempting to weaponize idiocy. Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire. Hey now, I'm 70% sure their substance abused us. Don't let all that technology fool you. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Where do you think drugs come from? Alright, let's talk about something else. You mentioned some kind ecclesiasts own the church. Who are these ecclesiasts? Yeah, that's a Meteora name for the founding party. Thought it would be cool to use it. If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery. Now humor me, Andre, what is the founding party? Before you go on, what do you mean by Meteoran? You know of Meteor, concerning Meteor? Meteor? A country on Mundi? On the Mundi Isola? He looks at you, squinting his eyes to see if you're kidding. No humor me, Andre, what is the founding party? Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization. And they have roots in ancient mass society, and they are the custodians of the Pericanesian church, plus they anoint the innocents. They make the innocentic system, no? Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocent want a club for anotic music in one of their churches? Totally. There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice. The Pericanesian church is about love. Anotic music is about love. I've got love for my Pericanesian posse. Love is really out of death. It is the relay out of death. We dance. He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it. Love is hardcore. Unity. Unity. Make some noise for my Insulinian posse. He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into a dance. You can feel it, the notes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters. No words, enjoy the beat and nod your head to the beat. Feels good. What's a posse? Your posse is like your people, man. Like you got your core posse, you look out for each other and you party together, that's a posse. And where's your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. This word is silence. That sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise. Are we? Yeah. I guess love can be pretty hardcore. Oh yeah, it can. He's coming around, you're getting it. I now understand it was lame to me to suggest otherwise. Anotic music is about love, and so is the Pericanesian church. Yeah, ye Kota, the place to be. He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericanesianism. Do it for the masses, do it for the crew. His friend forms a fist with screwdriver, his innocent, approvingly so. I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions? The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. Yeah, let it out, let the disco happen, bring the disco into word, get the shirt shit on, then dance there, motherfucker. I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment. I saw you brought your own water. Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water, and it's distilled too. Oh, he doesn't know what to say. It's the one they sell at the fuel station. It's like he's lying to you, my liege, but he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of. I hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here. It does, doesn't it? Heard you have a smell problem? He picks up a piece of telephone cords and perspective. Wait, I also smell ether. Why? They don't smell ether. It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's structure related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated, so not under the influence right now. What's with all the nosophat? The what now? The nosophat Ultra. You have a lot of that lying around. Oh, the Ultra. He's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line. I have a major sinus infection, study nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe. You sound fine to me. Yes, that's all nosophat's doing. Without the nose, I'd be drowning in shit right now. Nosophat is the shit. Can I have Nah, I don't need it. Can I have some? I have some nose problems too. Yeah. I get the nosophat, but what about the engine starting fluid? The engine starting fluid? It's for starting engines. What engines do you start with? What's the goddamn Romangora to hearings? It's cold, the fluid's for the generator. Keep it on its side. How's that extra high ether content working out for you? Does it do the trick? I guess it does. You're not completely satisfied yet. You know, maybe that slight scent of ether I felt before is somewhat collected to ethyl ether? No idea, man. Alright, enough of this. Careful, and therefore son, tell you how it goes. Logic. Going for logic now. Do I have logic? Yeah, +1. But the sunnies have -1. So let's take logic sunglasses. That's also minus logic. That's visual calculus. Savoir-faire. Encyclopedia. Yeah, then I'm taking these. More logic. That's logic shirt. Logic sunglasses. Logic hat. No, the other logic is better. It takes so much time to go through all of this now. Okay. Got my load loaded up with logic.
How are things going?
Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. Have I a chance now? A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. Okay, kids, now gather around. The young speed freaks put down a busted capacitator and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic, whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused. Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. But you still are. I was good enough on this job to be rewarded the rank of Lieutenant Gifreteur. I could have been captain, imagine that? What happened? I happened to myself. That's a real downer. Now obviously that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me. This isn't the makings of a club, it's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we haven't even speakers. One speaker, they have one speaker. Where's his friend? Did he lose a friend? The other speaker. It's a one-speaker system, it's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music, other speaker, pfft. You have no headphones, wouldn't necessarily need to have headphones to spin tape. What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing. I know you pawned them, likely for lab equipment, drug ingredients. I'm sorry, there's no lab equipment and no drug ingredients. The nose effect is here for its active ingredient. You said it was for his nose, what more do you want? The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab. And all of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer? You can't drink it, you will die. The ethyl ether from cuprous lounge? A solvent, good for getting acting agent out of a solution. Make up your mind, first is the thread, then it's the ether. There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there? No shit. You're sober, was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting? We don't need drugs to be hardcore? Shut the fuck up, Egg. Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me. Cloud down from the equestrian monument, and consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock. Bottom line is, I know. What exactly is it you know? In short, you try to use a police detective to set up a drug lab. That's against the law. Not true. I meant to say not true. So what are we going to do with you? What do you mean do? There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of punishing. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this. I don't really care, I just wanted to crack the case. You don't do what you want and I'll do what I want. Really? Of course not really, I'm a cop, now tell me what's going on immediately. Or else. There's an audible clank as he lets a wrench drop into his toolbox. Haven't you heard? I'm the dirtiest cop this side of the river. I'll make life hard for you using every connection I've got. He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth but closes and then finally raises his hands. Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in the city. It's not like we're not gonna turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we totally are. We just gotta turn it into a speed lab first. You know, to get our foot in the door. And why did you need me? Like I told you, spooky assholes moved in while I was getting all the stuff together. A month ago the place was empty and now it's all spooked up. They're not really spooky, are they? No man, they're spooky alright. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love of all. So what now? This is it. I'm going to arrest them. They have the ingredients for... If they don't do the speed lab, it's okay, though. And they haven't started cooking drugs yet. They just had it in mind, and they have the ingredients for it, but they didn't really start doing it. So, actually, just having these chemicals is not illegal. Let's do this clean. No speed lab, just a club for anodic music. Yeah! I knew it. This would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees. It's impossible now. No, Andre, it's harder now. The hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. How much is the fish? We all know there was never going to be a club for anodic music with a speed lab. Now it has a fighting chance. What's that about a fish? There needs to be a club for anodic music in there, needs to. Everyone hates each other, everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we are slaves and we're running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean, we'll do it true, we'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light. This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside the last century, waterfront development is crumbling in the wind, a grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa Lobos. Wait, does anyone feel that? What? Nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention, but I have my eye on you. Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do it straight up club in there. Spinning the medistries and nothing but, I swear to God. Okay, Egg? From here on it will be straight all the way. That's it for now. As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. That was very important that I didn't start a drug club here. Okay. You. That's Eckert. A young man with peroxide blonde hair hoods up a Harman Wolfsheep type player nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelic secret. Hardcore. Say nothing.
Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah. Hardcore. Ah.
Lets out an agonized roar over the feeblish, or obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
There was a question?
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? Solve the Eckert puzzle.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore.
I don't know what to say to that.
Back to the heavy hardcore. Hardcore.
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah.
This young man adds a capital G before the H, and it's yeek and ark. This produces a guttural Gottwaldian accent, makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gottwaldian, maybe it's Orangismo, but an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now? So this is the famous Van Eyck I'm hearing.
You know about him?
He moves his mouth, but sound doesn't come out. His eyes are the size of saucers. Looks like you've rendered him speechless.
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, I'm a major eye cat.
Wow!
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I!
He begins to shake his head so everyone would understand.
Is that why they call you Egghead? Because
Egghead to the mega. The K became the G. The boy became the man.
Egghead, not Egghead.
The advent?
Okay.
The true, hard, full, hardcore. Yeah? The
Yeah.
Y to the... Yeah!
He missed one A. You missed an A there. I yelled mine with 6 A's, so you have to yell it with 6
I'm the
too.
hard rhymer, the track attacker.
Okay.
The cloud,
Rhyme
true,
more.
hard, it's hardcore.
You're just going to keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibberdy, the cloud, true, hard, full, core. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega.
All
Here
right.
comes the 9. The true, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary behind, hanging behind the whirling Rex
Good
hostel.
morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko Kata, the place to be.
You said that before. Why is this Yeko Qatar the place to be? What does that mean?
Yeko Kata. The true, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the meg, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko Kata, the place to be.
I'm beginning to think this really doesn't have anything to do with
It's
the
the
case.
message, so listen and you will see. No illusion, the spirit is what you feel. We're close. True, hard, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah.
Please tell me, what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the end.
True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What's a party
Hardcore
boy?
party 25/7.
25/7 doesn't work.
Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. All right. Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party
Two
boy.
on a track. Watch your back. Watch your.
Okay.
We're close.
True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah.
Chorus's Bros is very large head traces to sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real after stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah.
So
Is it
hardcore.
though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns, then starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. The skin on your back is crawling. For a second you can't even hear the music anymore. There's hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed, everything is okay, he isn't actually worried. There's a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane right next to the canal, interesting. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like Nordic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's only ultra. I don't think it's super hardcore, but you think, right, it's not hyper hardcore. If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be moribund alcoholic and fake up, but you are pretty certain that the thing cannot be both proto and hardcore. It's proto, not hardcore at all. Whoa, Culture Corp. I think you might be right, but how could it become hardcore then? I know it's in my heart, but I cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? Try to think if anything could make it hardcore. What? Guys, there's something happening in this head. Thinks harder, he's doing it. But you're not. There's almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason. My imagination fails me. Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question? No, this is the answer. Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. Huh? Nothing, me being the police isn't going to help us. Oh. I can't help you with this right now, I need something else, something extra. He's not even the slightest bit disappointed. Are you a thought reader? No nation but trans nation. No war but class war. Does that mean you're a thought reader? Don't be a lunatic, of course he isn't. German, he just raised random things. Odds are sooner or later one of them will come off as thought reading. Yeah, reversal imperative. Unless you are thinking reversal imperative right now. Anyways, I've had a similar thing happen with X yelling, I know what you mean. But I was thinking reversal imperative. That's fucked up, man, lying that and the cop too. So you're not a thought reader, but you're a communist. He's not a communist. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist. But why aren't you a communist? Communism is truth. I can be a communist. Do you want me to be a communist? Please don't turn him to communist. Be a communist, haircut. The future needs your help. Hi! You guys he's a communist now. Tell me something else. Communism rules the nation. Right on, Comrade Luminary. Is your real name Jermaine? The core hardcore Jermaine Eckert. And basically yes it is. Why are there lungs on your belt buckle? Lungs are for your love. Why would lungs be for love? When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body for the word loved her and she loved it back. Where wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul? Really? I think so. Thank you for the story. Okay, physical instrument. Physical instrument, which means this? No. No. Yes, but just in between. We had the two physical instruments, one, I think. Or a better one. Yeah, that one. -2. That's not good. Don't have anything else. Physical instrument. Do I have a minus? I have. I had the fan pants also. Okay. So we should have 58% now.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah!
Okay. Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's gem's missing to make it harder core. You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land, so does every chordate animal. Needs more bass. What? The young man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick so that you can't get it out of your head anymore. Well, okay, we should start with a melody, but where would we get that stuff from? I don't know, I was thinking you would know. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music, I'm just a party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore. He feels ashamed that he can't be of more service to the future of dance music. Okay, I'll look into it. In an official capacity, it's up to the police to make the beats go harder. Make Van Eyck's jam hardercore. The young man falls silent with appreciation, even tries to contain a smile, as if it could hinder your investigation. Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam. Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has some tapes to sell? That's just an idea. There's a hawthorn tree on Rue Saint-Jean's lane right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind. Rue Saint-Jean's lane, I've been there. I know, I can tell you where it is. Saint-Jean of the boulevard before the canal bridge, the one that takes you to the Whirling Erects and Austria Harbor. It got the lantern and I knew that. I could have said that. And the mosaic sidewalk. But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway, it feels cold. Does it? Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman. No, I have the wrong tape. I have the sad music vibe tapes. Find a tape with melody and was it Shivers? Told me where to find it?
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? Good.
Skin shows through the horse in the Speed Freeze 2 Lux sweater in front of an open toolbox full of
It's
Cranberry
good you
tools
talked
and
to Andre
parts.
first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Sign? Yeah, gotta compare, see if we can align. Interesting. I suck at socializing, man, even though our sign synchronization is way off, but I see what I can do. He continues to rearrange his tools. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church. Weird stuff specialized, there was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery, wires going into water, gifts of the spy sign, and some fucked up Sumerian science shit. You know, the kind that goes headfirst into the supernatural. What's wrong with the supernatural? Nothing's wrong with it. It should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though. The sickest, that's perhaps why it should be researched. The supernatural, so you think it's real, that it actually exists? Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff. Why are you called Noid? The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with an law at that moment. It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of science without some adjustments. Does this mean we need sign matching? Yes, further sign matching would be good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church. Okay. Okay. Let's go out then. Weird. Felt a little bit like playing the Norwood Suite again. Okay, let's talk to the girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you, alright?
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan. I did, and I'm sorry for what it's worth, which isn't much. This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency. You don't get to choose your pussy, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they are mine. I tried to talk Andrea off of it. I haven't tried not to lie to you. Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead. Instead, you opted to omit the truth. It's the same thing. I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them. I will in the future, I promise. What did you tell them? Do what you will with your dance club plans, just no drug labs. Drug labs, please. Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise. The other told me you went inside the church. What did you see? Oh, that? You're not gonna believe me. There's no point in telling you. She's less prone to blurting out crap man than the others. Where's he? Go ahead and tell me. Okay, I went in and saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who was being raised by their grandmother, you know. Strange old clothes, had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. Go on. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down a wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story. Like a crab, you say? The lieutenant nods, his face is stone. What did this crab man look like? It was too dark. I couldn't really tell exactly. Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail. Come on, quit stalling on me. What did he look like? He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff, had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way. A crab and a banger. Yes, a banger is in a masked gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. A gangster crab man. You were wrong, I do believe you. Why? Seems too ludicrous for a lie. I guess so. Anyway, what else? I'd like to know more about your associates. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Just answer the question, please. What do you mean, you must know something about them? Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. They don't provide information on them to the cops. What about you? Tell me something about yourself. Me, I'm a silverbird. Okay, maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Hello again.
After you've helped them set up the nightclub, okay. Good, let's go to that tree on the other road. Wait. You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. Come back to the shore when it snows. I'll never have that in mind. I won't write that down. It doesn't seem important enough for me. Am I still wearing weird shit? Yeah, I'm wearing weird shit. Can't do that. I must have my armor set back on. Yeah. So when we're going over, we can directly tell Lena that we set up the trap, which will help. So we need to look inside the tree. In some tree there's a tape, and Shivers told me that. Which tells me that I must have seen it before. Why is he here? Hey Gaston, what's up?
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man? Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
Where's René? The prick is gone, I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. Gone where? Guess hell most likely, he was an absolute gun. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even surprised to be working for another week, but he had just proof how tough he is. Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts? Guess he was about to head home, because when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, because he's gonna be buried without it. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there? No, René was the most stubborn man in Ravishore. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable. He has doubts, but right now he wants to just move on and not think about it. Was he really that bad? I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jeannie and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought, if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. Did you love him? We've hated each other our entire lives, so much in fact that... Yes, I loved that angry pig. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were? Something mean? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. Do you know what happened to his medals? I took them for myself, took them to remember that Orcon. Nobody knew him better than I did, and I want to remember that Orcons by something. Strangely how old Kant sounds almost gentle when he says it now. Here's something to remember your friends by. Give him the photograph of René and the girl. Let me see, this was 6 years ago. We all went to that parade. Younger René looks so happy and Jeannie. Eyes blurry with tears. He has to stop. I'm sorry, officer, Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me. This was nice, the lieutenant smiles. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo. I offer my sincere condolences. Yes, we are both sorry for your loss. It is what it is, part of life really, but to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore, about anything really. But you must need something. Too bad René is gone. I was hoping to ask him about Mabel's. René wasn't really what you call a botanist, officer, and believe me, he didn't like Insulinian lilies. Wait, lilies? It's their old name. Why didn't he like them? There were many reasons, but mostly the communards. They called them the bells of the revolution. I guess in the end of the Insulinian lilies were just another piece of old insulin. But you feel the dried fire on your hands somehow still does matter, although not to the sad old man. I just want to go over a few more things about René, if that's okay. Bye for now. Okay, many things. First, ceiling. Let's buy those. I want those sneakers. Reaction speed and hand-eye coordination. Super cool, now the premium lifestyle is yours, officer. Sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost mystical energy, and I also take the speakers. Junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with a Samaran garbage. The Ultra Series Fall sneakers put lightness and grip above all else. With grip tape covered springboard soles and ultralight synth fabric technology, you can exit every corner with the maximum traction of a gentleman's racer. Why did you even buy those? These are no magic speakers, these are lame speakers. All they will ever produce is a faint memory of the song you're trying to listen to. Sell them for cash. This is the tree. But there's a balcony. Footfall within, not human. Up there? The Phasmid perhaps? No. You know, but it's but a dog. No, it's the second guy, trainer guy. The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Just like promise, you've stood here for what seemed like aeons, puzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages. Good Hawthorne, pet the tree. Petting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. Reads Elysium Emergencies Desk Number 8102 underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The bronze ribbon twists around and within the branches in an intricately natural pattern, but there's something. What do I see? There's a twisted logic in this mess. You see the end of the ribbon, the way it flows, how it twists and turns, it's all starting to make sense. It will be easier to remove now. And remove it. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to respool it so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this. Yeah, I sorted the thing. Lieutenant looks at the mess in your hands. Only after you've successfully cleaned up the branches does he curiosity get him. What's the tape for? It's for Eckert. I promised to make his Swine-Ike's jam a little bit harder. Maybe this tape can help. How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? I think the least one of the ravers would know how to fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub. You could also get it fixed at a pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time. Good idea. I could have repaired it myself, but I can't do it now. Okay. Because that's the only thing that I sold. In the entire game, I sold only one thing, which was the damn tape case.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Hey, do you know how to fix this? You mean respool it? Yeah, I do, but... Great, could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone. So finished, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure, although it looks pretty worthless. Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand. Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene. What do you mean? Do you know that old church down the coast? Yeah, what about it? I met some young ravers near the place. They want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there. They call it Nordic dance music. I promised to help them with that. Is it any good? No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. It just goes bzoot, bzoot, bzoot. But this tape could make it hardcore. Man, you're really invested in this. He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment though. Just sit back and relax. You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and cuffs. Well, thanks for the help. Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects, but to try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility, okay? Okay, we can go out. Come on. Did it crash now or what? Done quest. reel of magnetic tape. Can't I listen to it? No, I have the empty cassette case. I didn't sell it. Huh. I thought I sold it. That's all the junk items that I have? Whatever. Let's go to Lena because we have to... One more thing, I want to see if there's a body lying over there. Because he said he died there. I want to look at that. At his guard booth where he works. Oh, and I have to look for Gary's house down there. Okay, nothing here. Maybe there's something in this booth. This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door needs Rene Anu. Rene left his uniform neatly folded on the table. Generally speaking, it would be dishonorable to take it, but then it looks like a military uniform, and wearing that is very honorable. So a conflict of honor, it's up to you. Take the uniform. A jacket and pants. I suppose Rene is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste. Too colorful for my taste, though. I'm done here. Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay? My God. Royal Care. Okay, that gives me a nationalist point. The beautifully adorned jacket of the Royal Carabiniers has 3 stars on its shoulders and the word Captain written on the chest. Capitaine. Neatly patched here and there, it's impossible not to feel love for the fatherland when you wear it. Reaction speed. Okay, these pants are made from synthetic, lightweight fiber and designed to let the Carabiniers' legs and groin breathe. Red stripes are there to inspire courage, while the golden stripe symbolizes the patriotic flame in the wearer's heart. Okay, that's it. I'm going to retry that container now. If I'm here, I might as well do it now. Let's start the next episode with... no, then the run back will be so long. Let's do that now. Logic. I have +2 from the people, but I had shirt, logic shirt, yeah. And I had logic sunglasses. Yeah, +4 was what I had last time too. Okay. Wow. 17% chance. Great. Let's take it. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, the beacon of light emerges from deep within you. Hello, is there anybody in there? The door stands silent. Dissatisfied, detective? If there's anybody in there, I would like to talk to you. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door. From deep within a container voice. Ahoy, come on in. You can't be serious. Yeah, I can't be serious. That's bullshit. How did it work? Did that work? Okay, that's weird. Something is wrong with reality here. Mega rich light bending guy. The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs of your bodies to stand at attention like soldiers preparing for a review. And this is the point What did happen to my money? What? Okay, this is the point where I'll leave, you leave me, and we will return in the next episode and speak more to this incredibly rich man. Have a nice day.